Kenya and Britain have committed this crime, nobody is holding them responsible. Nobody is holding them responsible. And today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still facing torture in the contraption called Nigeria. Every of his rights as human have been taken away from him. Nobody is standing up for him. Nobody is speaking up. What does that tell you? Only you and I can free ourselves. Today, you can see what is happening in Ukraine. You can see the war that is happening in Ukraine. Russia coming against Ukraine. The war of Russia against Ukraine has become on top of it. It is now in the front burner. That is what everybody is talking about. We are not happy that innocent people are dying in Ukraine. It is not acceptable that Russia will rain down their forces upon Ukraine. It's not acceptable. But when you look inward, look at the cause of the problem. What is the cause? What is the cause? Because you have refused to let people go. That is why such problems happen. The Ukrainians have refused to leave some group of people who felt that they want to have their own self-determination. They want to be on their own. Ukraine refused to let them go. Then Russia came in, capitalized on that, and now begin to fight against Ukraine. Today, Ukraine is crying. You can see innocent people dying in Ukraine. The same thing is what is happening in Biafra land. Britain have refused to let Biafran people go, using the Fulani Caliphate to oppress the Biafran people. The difference is that nobody is talking about our own plight. More people have been killed in Biafra land more than any other place. More people have been killed in Biafra land more than in Ukraine. Properties have been destroyed in Biafra land. Lives have been destroyed in Biafra land. Homes destroyed. Businesses destroyed in Biafra land. People have been chased out of their home in Biafra land. People are running away from Biafra land. Nobody is talking about it in the world. Nobody is making a case for you. Nobody is making a case for me. But they are focusing on Ukraine. The most wicked aspect of it is that even Biafra people themselves, some Biafrans, the Biafran celebrities and Biafran politicians, go to their platform. You will see them posting what is happening in Ukraine. You will see Biafran celebrities and Biafran politicians talking about what is happening in Ukraine, but they will not talk about what is happening in their own home. They will never post about the death of their own brothers and sisters. They will not post about the burning of homes and destruction of lives in their own nation. They will not talk about the life that is being wasted in their own nation, They won't talk about it. But they are busy. Go to their platform. All those celebrities, those who call themselves human rights activists, go to their platform, check if you will see anything that has to do with Biafra and the death that is happening in Biafra land. A governor came out and agreed that he was the one that invited the military to take the life of Biafran people. He boasted that he's going to bomb Biafra, and he is bombing it. There was no uproar anywhere. The human rights activists were not outraged. The celebrities never talked about it. Ohanes and Igbo felt it was okay. But now it has come to Ukraine. Every one of them, they are talking about Ukraine. Every one of them is talking about Ukraine. This is the double standard that is happening in the world. Even our own people are standing against us. Even our own people are standing against us. Our own people, they are standing against us. That is how terrible it is. This is how terrible it is. The time has come. Biafran people, we cannot continue to be silent. We cannot continue to be silent. It's high time we take our freedom by force. And that is what is about to happen. That's what is about to happen. Chukwu Okike Abiama is in charge of the struggle. Nobody. Biafran people have already declared. Biafran people have already given mandate and declared that every single military in Biafra land should quit Biafra land from now till 15th of this month. Biafra land have drawn the deadline. The deadline is 15th of this month. Every military points in Biafra land should move away. They should go back to their barracks. They should go back to their barracks wherever they come from. They should go back to that very place. We don't want to see any military man in Biafran villages, in Biafran towns and cities. We don't want to see them anymore. We have died enough. We have died enough. The declaration has been made by Biafran people. Biafran people have spoken. And they will think it's a joke. We are going to enforce it. Biafran people are going to force it. After 15th of this month, anybody, any military man, any terrorist seen in Biafra land, you will go to God and complain. And we are not only stopping there. Every politician in Biafra land, everybody that is empowering this Janjaweed to come and kill us, every informant that is inviting the Janjaweed to come, every informant that their hand is in the invitation of this very criminal military men that are killing Biafran people, every one of you will be taken out. After 15th of this month, if we continue to see military in Biafra land, they should open up your hand and wait for whatever is about to come. It is time we take up our responsibilities. We've got to do this by ourselves. We have seen the example that nobody is going to come for us from any planet. Nobody. Nobody anywhere is going to come to fight for us. Nobody anywhere from any country, from any planet is going to come for us. We are going to fight for ourselves and free ourselves. Let us learn from what is happening to other people. Look at Ukraine. Look at Ukraine, what is going on in Ukraine. With all the support Ukraine has, you see people in the United Nations talking about Ukraine. You see the Security Council talking about Ukraine. You see the European Union talking about Ukraine. How many of them are standing on the ground fighting with Ukraine? How many of them are standing on the ground fighting along Ukraine? They can never and will never dare. What does that tell you? You are on your own. Biafra people, we are on our own. That is why we are calling for massive civil disobedience. The time is now to activate it. As the Janjaweed have activated another level, trying to increase the emotional torture to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and to every Biafran person. We are going to increase our civil disobedience. Increase it. Sit at home have to intensify, add more days if possible. Economic sanction to the Janjaweed. They must not take any revenue from Biafra land. The Janjaweed must not take any revenue from any business you are doing in Biafra land. Stop paying your revenue to the local government, to the state government, or to the federal government in Biafra land. Don't give them your revenue. Do not give them your revenue. Whatever revenue they are getting from Biafra, don't give them your revenue. It's going to be useful for yourself. Keep it for yourself. The time has come. The time has come. We have to activate the civil disobedience to the highest level. The Janjaweeds have activated their own. They have activated their own to raise the bar. And they are waiting to see what we can do. And some Biafrans are still sleeping. This is not the time to sleep. It's not the time to gossip. It is not the time to look to your shoulders. It is the time for every Biafran to take responsibility. We are going to enforce it. You and I will enforce it. You and I. We are going to enforce the civil disobedience in Biafra land. We are going to enforce it by ourselves. Every single one of us will enforce the civil disobedience. Nobody will help us to enforce it. Nobody will help us to enforce it. You and I will enforce that civil disobedience. Every Biafran man or woman, wherever you are on the planet Earth, join and enforce it by yourself. Nobody will help you to enforce it. Welcome, my beloved sister, Linda Tochuku. Thank you so much for joining, my sister. May Chuku carry and guide and protect you. It is you and I that will enforce it. Nobody will help us to enforce it. Massive civil disobedience in Biafra land. We have to enforce it. We have to take it to another level. We have to take it. The Janjaweed are not playing. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it, that the people we are dealing with are not ordinary people. Some think we are dealing with ordinary. We are not dealing with ordinary people. We are not dealing with ordinary people. Raw Boy Akatel, you're welcome. We are not, people we are dealing with are monsters. We are dealing with monsters. They have all the resources. They have all the powers. They have all the blackmailing machine. They have everything you can think of. They have all the weapons. But we have Chukwukabiama. We have the masses and we have the land. Because we have the land, we have the masses, and we have Chukwukabiama, we must surely overcome. Exactly, my brother Chibuike. Our destiny lies in our hands. You're right, my brother Chibuike Emmanuel Lokafo. Our destiny lies in our hands. That is the right language. It lies in the hands. Nobody is going to do it for us. Nobody is going to do it except you and I begin to do it. If you can't learn a lesson from what is happening in Ukraine today, where would you learn your lesson from? Where will you learn your lesson? You learn lesson from what is happening to others. Don't wait until it happens to you before you will learn. Do not wait until it happens to you. Learn a lesson from what is happening to others. Borrow leaf from what is happening to others. From that you can learn. Look at Ukraine today. With all the connections, with all the shouting and talking from all angles, nobody is coming for them. Today, every Biafran has to rise up and stand up. No more paying of tax. No more paying of tax. Either to the local government, to the state government, or the federal government in Biafra land. Don't pay. Keep that money. It is going to be useful for yourself. Each time you are giving that money to them, you are actually empowering your killers. Each time you are paying those revenue, you are funding the killer Janjaweed that are coming to kill you. You are the one funding them. Do you think that if they don't have revenue, if Hope doesn't have revenue, do you think he will be buying all those cars he's buying for the military? He will not be buying it. Is he using his own money? He's not using his own money. Hope is buying armor tank for the military, buying armor tank for the police, buying all manner of weapons for them. Because of the money you are paying to him. It is your money that Hope is using to sponsor the Janjaweed that is using to kill our brothers and sisters in Imo State. It is our money. It is the money you and I are contributing. This is the time we have to activate the civil disobedience to the highest level. To all levels of civil disobedience, and we will enforce it. We will enforce it, including our brothers in the referendum area. Prepare yourself and enforce your own aspect. Enforce your own section. Cripple the production of oil in Biafra land. Cripple it. Any place where there is oil production in Biafra land, cripple it to zero. Cripple it to zero. Do not wait for anybody to give you command. Do not wait for anybody to give you command. Chukwu Okeke have used our brother Simon Ekpa to make the revelation. Chukwu Okeke have spoken through our brother Simon Ekpa to tell us the time that we are in. The time that we are in now is time of action. Chukwu Okeke have done everything he has to do for us, using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to tell us what we will do when the time comes. And that time have come. Today, Chukwu Okeke is using Simon Ekpa to remind us what to do. What are you waiting for? The massive civil disobedience is supposed to be enforced by you and I. You and I are supposed to enforce that massive civil disobedience. We will enforce it. Enforce it by yourself. Don't wait for anybody. Nobody, don't wait for anybody. The Eastern Security Network are doing their own duty. They are doing their own duty, fighting against the terrorists in the bushes. And they are having more responsibilities now. They are now having much more responsibilities than they have ever had. They are facing so many challenges. They are facing the infiltrators. They are facing the informants. They are facing the Fulani Janjaweed. They are facing the terrorists. They are facing the enemies inside, within. The Eastern Security Network are fighting every now and again, day and night. They are fighting. Every one of us has to stand up and fight. Biafra has to be a police station. We are all military men and women. We have to stand up and enforce this massive civil disobedience. Massive civil disobedience. Let us make it massive. As the Janjaweed is not pity, the Janjaweed, they are trying every means, every day to make sure that they cripple us more. They make sure they deal with us emotionally. Look at what they are doing to us. Look at what they are doing to every single Biafran. It is not only to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu not having visit for 4 good times since after his last case. 4 good times. Nobody knows his whereabouts. We are not even sure if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in DSS. Nobody is sure if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in DSS now in Abuja. Nobody is sure. Nobody is sure. Nobody can tell if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in DSS in Abuja. This is a very psychological torture to every single Biafran, every Biafran child, every Biafran mother, every Biafran father, every Biafran man and woman is an emotional torture to us. Emotional torture to the Biafran people. You that you call yourself a Biafran, what are you doing? Are we going to allow this to continue to torture us? What are we going to do to pay them back? What are you going to do to pay them back? The only way we can pay them back and make them feel that pain, make them feel the pain more than ever, is for us to stand together to begin to enforce this massive civil disobedience. Look at it. Instead of us making them know the pain of holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are making us feel more pain. Instead of us making them to know how costly and how expensive it is to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in captivity, to make them feel the pain. They are the ones still making us feel pain. Emotional torture to every single Biafran. Men and women, brothers and sisters, crying on different platforms. Mothers sharing tears because nobody have heard from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody knows his whereabouts. For the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I strongly believe that no man born of a woman can take the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That one is signed and sealed. No man born for a woman can take the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because Chukwu Okeke gave him an assignment. He's on a special mission and he must accomplish his mission. He must carry his mission to the end. No man, but nothing can stop it. Nothing can stop it. No matter how they try. No matter how they try. They will come from east, from west, from north, from south, but they will never succeed. 1,000 shall fall by his side. 10,000 shall rise at his right side, but they will never come near him. They will never come near Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They will not take his life. They will never take his life. But the emotional torture is unbearable. Not just to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is much more stronger than so many of us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is much more stronger than so many of us. So many mothers are crying on daily basis. You're welcome, Ifeoma Wobodo. Thank you for joining. Chidimosu, thank you for joining. So many mothers are crying on daily basis. Please share the video on your platform. Share the video any place you belong, any platform you belong, any group where you belong. Share the video. Mothers are crying on daily basis. Sisters are crying on daily basis. Brothers are crying on daily basis. Because of the condition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, nobody can tell where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is. Nobody can tell us if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in DSS or not. Nobody can explain. Nobody can explain. And you want us to continue to watch. This is no longer time to watch. It is no longer time to talk. I thank Chukwu Okeke for every single Biafran brothers and sisters in Biafra land. I must say, I salute every single Biafran in Biafra land. They are doing a marvelous work. Against all odds, against all the attack, against all the informant, they are sitting at home on Sunday and on Monday. They are doing the needful and they are still ready to do things. Chukwu Okeke will never leave you. If you are in Biafra land, no matter the punishment you are going through, no matter the torture you are going through, no matter the business days you are missing, Chukwu Okeke will never leave you. You will never die of hunger. You will never lack. If you're in Biafra land and you are sincerely and genuinely fighting for Biafra cause, you will never ever lack. If you are in Biafra land standing for the freedom of Biafran people, fighting for Biafra, you will never ever lack. No weapon formed or fashioned against you shall prosper. 1,000 shall fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but they will never come near you. Only with your eyes you will behold and see the reward of the wicked. Every Biafran, we must overcome. This is the time for us to rise up and take our freedom. Nobody is going to hand us the freedom in a platter of gold. You and I will take our freedom. Chukwu Okeke has spoken. He has given us the right. He has given us that charge to move. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu laid a strong foundation. A foundation of truth. A foundation of consistency. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu laid a foundation that we will build upon. And today, I thank Chukwu Okeke that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have trained people. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have trained people. That is why we cannot continue to wait for get order from DSS. That is why we say we cannot continue to wait for order. We will not accept any order from DSS. That is why we say that we cannot listen to any second-hand information that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not say. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have trained so many people. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have trained soldiers. If we continue to wait until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speak to us, it means that we have not learned anything for decades that we are hearing from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If we are still waiting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come and talk to us, or to send information, or we are still waiting for second-hand information, that means we have not learned anything. Go back and begin to listen to the messages of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that he preached in the last. The messages of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the past, he have told us every single thing that you and I need to know to get our freedom. Every single information, all the questions that you and I are asking today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have answered them before now. He told us what to do. Any day we did not see him, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told us what to do. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have told us that the people enemy we are up against, The enemy we are up against, they don't hear the language of peace. They don't hear a silent word. What they want is a language of force. That is what the enemy is hearing. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told us that we are up against a strong enemy. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also told us that any day we did not see him, he told us what to do. Some of you have forgotten. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said any day we did not see him, burn down the zoo. Do you know burning down the zoo doesn't literally mean picking up your AK-47 to go and shoot? Burning down the zoo, there are so many ways you can burn down the zoo. And the easiest way to burn down the zoo is to cripple the economy of the zoo. That is why you must wake up and begin to think about the civil disobedient. Begin to think about how to enforce the economic sanction to the Janjaweed. That is how to burn down the zoo. That is how to burn down the zoo. When Mazi Nnamdi say, burn down the zoo when you don't see me, that is what it means. That is what it means. When you don't see me, burn down the zoo. You burn down the zoo by crippling the economy of the zoo. Make sure you and I know that every resources that Nigeria is boasting today, even the resources that is making them to borrow money from outside, they are all in Biafra land. We have to stop them access to all those resources. Make sure that we bring the oil production in Biafra land to zero. The gas production to zero. This is the time we have to do it. As you know, the Western world are now hoping on Biafra land to get their gas. As Russia is about to shut down the gas for the Western world, they are hoping on Biafra land. They are hoping on Biafra land to get their gas. They know that we have resources in Biafra land, but we are being killed on daily basis. We are being bombed on daily basis. Our properties destroyed on daily basis. Nobody is talking. Nobody is fighting for us. Nobody is standing for us. But they are now preparing to come and take our resources to replace their loss. And you want to be silent. This is our opportunity to make sure that they bring the plight of the Biafra in the front burner. If we cannot do it now, when are we going to do it? If we can't do it now, when are we going to do it? This is the time we are supposed to bring them to their knees. The Janjaweed will bring them to their knees and make them speak on the language that everyone will understand. This is the time. This is the time to bring the Janjaweed to their knees. The time to bring Britain to their knees. Britain, this is the time to bring Britain to the negotiating table. The same Britain that is occupying Biafra land, they are busy fighting against Russia, speaking against Russia. The same Britain that is against Biafra people, the same Britain that is occupying Biafra land, they are now talking against Ukraine. They're talking against Russia. You are talking against Russia. Meanwhile, you are using the caliphate to occupy Biafra land. The same thing Russia is doing is what Britain is doing in Biafra land. Taking the long life of innocent people. So many Biafrans have lost their life. Nobody's talking about it. The media doesn't report it. The conventional media, even the politicians in Biafra land don't want to talk about it. That is how evil they are. Some people think it's okay. For me, I think it's not okay. And I can't be silent. I can't watch that happen. I will continue to fight for Biafra until Biafra comes. Just as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said, it is either Biafra or death. We are not giving up. We are not giving up. If you think you can break us down by emotional torture, you have something else coming. If you think you can break Mazi Nnamdi Kanu down, you are a time waster. You cannot break him down. You know that already. You cannot break Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It doesn't matter how you try. You can't break him. Keep trying. You cannot break Mazi Nnamdi Kanu down. You are bringing your emotional torture to Biafran people. 4 consecutive times, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been denied visits. Nobody knows what is happening to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody can tell us the situation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody is giving any information. We are not even sure if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in DSS. If you look at the statement that is coming out from the lawyers, you are not even sure if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in DSS in Abuja. We don't know his whereabouts. Nobody can come out and testify that he or she knows where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is as of today. That is the situation. And yet, some people think it's okay. When you call for massive civil disobedience, some people think you are calling for too much. At what point will it be enough for you to act? Those of you who think that civil disobedience, calling for civil disobedience is not time yet, some will tell you that economic sanction, we cannot do it. At what time, at what point in time do you think it will be ripe for you to begin to act if you cannot act now? At what time? Is it when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is it what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for to act? What are you waiting for? Chuks is in charge and he has spoken through our brother Simon Eba. Thank God for him. Chuks has spoken through our brother. 15th of this month, after 15th of this month, any military checkpoint, any military man that I've seen in Biafra villages, in Biafra town, in Biafra cities, taking the life of the Biafran people, you will go to heaven and complain. You will go and tell it to God. Not only them, every single politician in Biafra land, every single politician, those who are inviting those military, they will all pay with their own life. They will all pay. They will all pay. They will have themselves to be blamed. They will have themselves to be blamed. Anybody who is part of inviting the military to take the life of the innocent in Biafra land, whoever you are, if you like be a governor, if you like be a minister, if you like be a senator, whoever you are, the time has come. Prepare yourself for what is about to come. After 15th of this month, the result will come. You'll think it's blabbing. The new dimension have kicked off. The new dimension have kicked off. It cannot be business as usual. And remember, in every action you see today, nobody is going to blame Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for what is about to happen. Don't blame Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not given any order. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the hand of DSS. We are taking it upon ourselves through the grace of Chuks. We are taking responsibility to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and free ourselves. So, nobody should hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu responsible for anything that is about to happen now. Anything that is about to happen from now onwards, don't hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu responsible. If you want to stop what is about to happen, all you got to do is to make sure you pull away all the military you have in Biafra land, send them back to the barracks, and free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you want peace, pull away all the military in Biafra land and send them back where they come from. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you don't, wait for it. We have spoken enough. We have cried enough. We have shouted enough. It is time for action. After 15th of this month, you will see the result of the evil you have been doing. Unless you repent before 15th. If you repent before 15th of this month, it's okay. But if you don't repent, after 15th of this month, Biafrans will no longer share tears. Biafrans will no longer share tears. It will be your tears, your own tears will be flowing in the street. Your own tears will be flowing in the street. As Biafrans have been crying, as you have rendered Biafrans useless, as you have taken the life of Biafran people, after this very time I'm talking about, after 15th of this month, wait for it. Wait for it. Every Biafran people must prepare him or herself for what is about to come. Freedom doesn't come cheap. Freedom comes with a price. Freedom is not given. Freedom is taken. It is time for us to take our freedom. That time is now. Every Biafran, wherever you are in the planet Earth, prepare yourself for what is about to come. We will take our freedom. No man born of a woman can stop our freedom. We will take it and we'll take it by force. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining. Please share the video to all platforms. Share it to your family and friends. You can equally join me later on in my other channel, Chuks for Survival. I'll be broadcasting in Chuks Survival maybe in the next 1 hour or 1 hour plus. I will be there to share some other videos and broadcast. There are some important videos I'm going to share on Chuks for Survival. If you have not followed that page, Chuks for Survival, go and follow that page. That is where I share some sensitive videos that I cannot share here. I have so many sensitive videos that I cannot share on this very platform. I'm going to be sharing some sensitive videos to tell you the exact situation and show you by videos what is happening in Biafra land. Join me on Chuks for Survival. Later in the day, maybe the next 1 hour or 1 hour plus, I am going to be there to have a brief broadcast again that will last about 30 minutes. Then I will share the videos for you to know the true situation and things that are happening and things that are about to happen. Every one of us has to be in alert. Open your ears wide and listen to the voice of wisdom. Listen to the voice of Biafra. Listen to the voice of Biafra. Go and tune in to listen to the voice of Biafra and also hear what is happening and know where to follow and what to follow. That is where you get the correct information on what is about to happen when it has not happened and where to go. Voice of Biafra, anchored by our brother Simon Ekpa. You can equally follow his page when he's broadcasting on daily basis for you to know first-hand information where we are heading and what is about to happen. Chukwu Okike Abiama is in charge of the movement now. No man born of a woman is in charge. Only Chukwu Okike Abiama will be in charge until the only man that Chukwu Okike Abiama has chosen, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the chosen one. Until when the chosen one comes back and take back the mantle, take up the mantle, that is the only person we will listen to. He is the only man that will come out and tell us to withdraw or to stop what they are doing. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because he is chosen by Chukwu Okike Abiama. Apart from that, now, every one of us is hearing from Chukwu Okike Abiama. Every one of us is hearing from Chukwu Okike Abiama. Every one of us. And we must keep our ears and eyes open so that we can be able to follow up and know what is happening.
Are yet to wake up from your slumber or your sleep and get the point that we are exiting Nigeria. Exiting Nigeria is not going to come from the platter of golden plate. You have to sacrifice for it. And we are ready to sacrifice everything, including you, if you come and stand on the way of freedom. So you need to know how serious we are. We are damn serious. Some of you are not getting it. You think we are here to build political movement? We are here for freedom. Freedom comes with price. Okay? The only thing you can do is to comment on social media. Don't ever stand on the way of Biafra freedom. We'll crush you.
Their interest is suppressed. Biafra is the key. Once they can hold Biafra down, they can hold the whole of Africa down. Hey, freedom fighting, sorry. Because all these people are criminals, they are saying there is no way this man cannot be a criminal like themselves. They don't have a different breed altogether. They don't know that. I am Nnamdi Kanu. I don't do all this nonsense you do. My father was a very rich man, not ostentatious. I had the finest education that his money could afford. We are not poor. Have never been. That is why a poor man cannot be a freedom fighter. If you're not full of yourself, you cannot be a freedom fighter. You have to go everywhere. We must continue.